not gonna lie. I live in New York City, but most of the time that I live in New York City, I hate living here. It's because I live in Manhattan in a very crowded neighborhood. People that visit the city don't realize how hard it is to actually live here and, you know, step in a puddle of urine every time you step out of your apartment, and having to smell the smoke from your neighbors and hearing screams of crazy people from the street at night, stuff like that. You know, there are many aspects of New York City that are pretty controversial and don't make life easy here. But for quite some time now, I've been thinking about making a video that sums up the reasons why I love living in New York City. And probably one day I'm gonna do it. It's gonna be a very hard video to make because there are so many things and so few things at the same time. But today is the perfect day for a live stream titled Why I Love New York City. And okay, so I'm in Union Square right now. Let me flip the camera and show you this lawn, for example. Look at so many people just laying down in the grass and chilling and eating while they lay down in the grass. So this is one of those things that make it hard for me to live here, because this lawn is infested by rats, like literally infested. At night, if you come here, you could not believe your eyes. And yet, the same people who are sitting in the benches that I sit, in the subway seats that I sit, are sitting here now. Whatever, but today there's a particular reason why I'm making this live stream.
Get it, everybody.
In the meantime, hello Stephanie, hello GVV, hey now LS, take 7, Gaetano, welcome to this live stream. Glad to see you again. So, I came to Union Square particularly because it's very quiet today for being in the middle of Manhattan here. So you see all the people around me, and yeah, get prepared for some chaos today, because this is quiet here today. How many people who are listening now know already what I'm talking about? What day is today? Hi Miguel, greetings from Alaska Flex Stream. Hi, nice to see you here. Hi CO6 Mo, hi there. Let me show you around what's going on in Union Square. Selling arts, playing chess, talking on the phone, taking the subway or coming out of the subway, taking pictures. Selling jewelry.
Too much money. Come here, beautiful ladies.
You know, it's so incredible to see the city being back. All these crowds, I know. So because I'm in contact with Italy, I know that some people are getting COVID now. Let's get that out of the plate. I know nobody, literally nobody, who has gotten COVID in the last several months in New York City. So I don't really read the statistics, so I cannot tell you something specific about data, but I don't think COVID is an issue here. So that's the reason why you see everyone crowding up and not using masks. Nobody talks about COVID anymore since months. And I know that if you come from other countries, the situation is different. You might be perplexed, but this is how it is here now. And also, I don't know if you can understand by seeing other people and what they're wearing or not wearing, but today it's an incredibly hot day. It's truly I know there has been heat waves in several parts of the world, the Western world especially. Again, in Europe, my patrons from Germany, from Italy, they've been screaming for help from the other side of the Atlantic Ocean. I know that in the Midwest, in the US, or in the central states of the US, they've been having a heat wave. Here the situation has been very different so far. In the summer it's been quite chill. There has been exceptional days with 30 or over degrees Fahrenheit, or could be 90 Celsius. 30 degrees Celsius could be 90 plus Fahrenheit. Yesterday and today is the first time that we have real heat, like summer heat, and I'm struggling, not gonna lie. Although I love the heat, but my body's not used to it. We are arriving. I agree with you, and I was very much pro vaccine, pro masks, pro lockdowns, but it's been 2 years. We need to incorporate the new situation into our yearly life at this point, because this is an yearly event.
Happy Pride!
Happy
Happy Pride!
Okay, I showed you a little bit of what's going on today here in Manhattan. Now I want to tell you why this is important for me in New York City, why I think this is one of those good reasons. In the meantime, thank you for the super chat, the Leonor 3. Thank you very much, appreciate it. And actually, this is an invitation that I extend to everyone who is interested. Today's live stream is gonna be completely demonetized for me. I'm not gonna make any profit from YouTube because of the background music that you hear. The big, how they call, like music labels are gonna claim copyrights for all these songs that you are gonna hear. So they're gonna take all the profit that comes from YouTube from me. So if you wanted to, tip a little bit, that would be very much appreciated. You can do it through Super Chat, or if you're watching this in replay, I'm gonna put a PayPal link in case you wanna tip or put a little donation, whatever, your choice. So, oh my God, I'm not used to I'm not used to these crowds anymore after 2 years of pandemic. I love it though. Okay, I got a little bit far away from the crowd because I want to tell you why a manifestation like this is so important. Because as you know, if you're following my channel, if you know me, I'm not part of the gay community. I'm not part of the LGBTQ plus community. I'm not queer, I'm not trans, I'm not gay. I'm also, I don't know anyone close to me who is, so I don't have a specific reason for liking this manifestation, exactly this one. But I think this is the biggest manifestation in New York City of a minority who has the freedom here in this corner of the world to simply be and to self-determine. And that's why it's so important. American culture has pros and cons for sure, but for sure probably the number one biggest advantage and biggest value, positive value, is the freedom. Is the freedom of self-determination, is the protection of minorities in the society, and therefore, people come from all over the world to New York City exactly because of this reason. There's also the economical advantages, so seeking opportunities like job opportunities. That's one other big reason why people move to New York City. But the most beautiful one, and one of the biggest ones, is exactly because if you're part of a minority group in the society, no matter who you are, no matter how weird or odd or a misfit you are gonna fit here. You are gonna find your own community, your own corner, and this community is gonna be able to live freely. He's not gonna have to hide or anything. And 11th Street, let me look where I'm going now. I'm trying to understand how the traffic works. I think the traffic is not closed on this street, so I was walking on University Place in case anyone is interested. So look how cute and shady this street is. It's closed, as you can see, by the police car there, so I'm gonna walk here a little bit and get some fresh air. So the history of the gay liberation movement, we can say that has started exactly here in New York City. This is one of the most important cities, if not the most important, for the gay community, because specifically for an event that happened 52 years ago exactly, and that is the Stonewall Inn riots. Stonewall Inn was a gay bar back in the 60s here in Manhattan. We're gonna go there later. It's still there, still open. And at this point in New York City, being gay was illegal, or at least showing it in public was illegal. So there were gay bars, a few, but they were truly mistreated by the rest of the society, and especially by the police. There were numerous raids made by the police into these bars. The police would claim for one reason or the other, that they could not keep the place open because maybe, I don't know, there was a problem with their alcohol license, a problem with the drainage in the bathroom, little technical stuff like that were taken as excuse to shut down this place. Every time this place, the Stonewall Inn, would keep reopen and would keep being a reference point for the gay community of Manhattan and New York City in general. So this very hard life of the Stonewall Inn continued until one morning. It was the end of June of 1969, exactly the 28th of June of 1969, when the police raided into the Stonewall Inn, and the usual police harassments to the gay community. And for the first time, the gay community decided to fight back instead of shutting down the place. So this fighting back transformed the whole episode into a real riot, and that's why nowadays we call this event the Stonewall Inn riots. And that is being considered the moment where the gay liberation movement sort of started. And from that point on, all through the 60s, throughout the 60s and the 80s, 90s, up to nowadays, the gay community, which in the meantime has become the LGBTQ community, has step by step has become more and more accepted, both legally and ideologically. I'm not sure if it's the right word in this context. And so that's a big deal. And I came to the Gay Pride Parade for my very first time 3 years ago. Yeah, it was 2019. And I actually made a little 10 minutes documentary of my experience of the Gay Pride Parade 2019. You can find the link in the description of this live stream. It's on my channel. It's a very nice video. I rewatched it the other night for, reliving some good memories. And I am so happy that I was able to participate to that Pride Parade, because that one has been the most important one in the past decades, because it was the 58th anniversary of the Stonewall Inn riots. So it was really great. The energy was very festive, but it was also very politically and socially conscious. That's something that I really appreciated, and I truly recommend you to take a look at that 10 minutes documentary that sums up my visit at the Gay Pride Parade. I interviewed some people on the street as well. Again, link in the description, or you type simply Gay Pride in my channel, you're gonna find it. Okay, shall we go back a little bit to the parade? I think today's live stream is gonna be me alternating, sort of stepping out of the crowd and tell you a little bit more of my thoughts about this day that is so important, and going in and showing you all the party and the parade. Okay, I have much more to say about this event, and yeah, the meaning that it has for New York City and for me as well as now a New Yorker. So let's go back in. Yeah, don't mind the piles of garbage. Hi David the Bee, one of my closest patrons. Welcome to the live stream. This was very beautiful to see that they are back. There were like probably 7 or 8 people with the sign free hugs. So nice. Feel Green super chat. Thank you so much for the 20 bucks, Feel Green. I appreciate it. As I said, this video is going to be completely demonetized by YouTube because of the background music and the copyright. So all the profit is gonna go to the big music companies that produce these songs that you hear in the background. So I appreciate super chats particularly today. Thank you. Studio Okay, so I was telling you why really in most of the cities, most of the countries, the areas of the world, the gay pride gets celebrated in the month of June. Here in New York City specifically, June, the whole June is the month dedicated to the LGBTQ community. And then the celebrations, the true celebrations in the city are done in the last weekend of the month, which, you know, today is the last Sunday, so we've been celebrating since Friday. And by the way, if you are following me on Instagram, or you're not, I don't know, I've been posting some stories about another march, another parade, an event that I participated on Friday evening, and it's the kickoff event of this great weekend of celebrations. It's a march, parade, protest, because that one is a true protest that starts from Tompkins Square Park, the heart of the East Village, the neighborhood where I live in. Very proud of that. And walks along 9th Street all the way to the Stonewall Inn, which is the gay bar where the Stonewall riots happened 50 years ago that I was telling you about, which is in the Greenwich village, so in the west side of Manhattan. And that is a drag march, so it's really beautiful because you see all these people of different genders that get dressed up. So they dress up with so much creativity and fantasy. It's truly, I don't know, fun and inspirational and even emotional to watch, because you can really see that these are probably people that work in corporate, also corporate environment and offices, and who are really not able to dress like that normally. They're usually wearing very colorful clothes and very showy to this parade, so that's very beautiful. I should have made a YouTube video about that, but I was not prepared. So I shot some stories on Instagram, and actually I still have to put them into the highlights. I'm gonna do it later after I finish this live stream. So if you wanna go to my Instagram account, What a Shame Mary Jane, you're gonna find them in the highlights. Hello, Roy. Glad to catch you live. I'm glad you're here, Roy. I haven't read the news so far, so I don't know about what happened. Okay, let's go back in. Okay, I guess I'm stuck. Little bit of patience. I think I'm gonna go through. So it's sort of a gridlock. You know, there's actually so many people coming into the city just for the purpose of the parade that for this weekend all the hotels were sold out. So especially, except the luxury hotels, but the normal priced hotels. I have some friends that were looking for accommodation this weekend in the city, and they told me that they had to drive all the way to northern Bronx to find a hotel that had a free room because everything is sold out. We got through. So, what is the Great Gay Pride about? If you're part of the community or you have close friends or family members that are part of the community, it's obvious what it means to you. But for me, I'm not among these people. I truly don't have close friends who are members of the community. So if you're like me, you should still consider this a great event because it's about allowing love in any type of form, and don't discriminate certain categories of people because they are different. Okay, we got to the end of it. In that corner, the parade is crossing and going towards west, that direction. So I'm gonna walk a little bit around. So the values that I was telling you about, they are, I think, very important in our society, especially lately, because, you know, back in the days, of course, there was less tolerance, less acceptance. I mean, a few okay, sorry. So I was saying, a few decades ago, there was more discrimination, but the world was not so connected. So I would say cultural differences were relative, or individual differences were relative. Whereas nowadays, it's such a, we became, thanks to the technical improvements in transportation and in communications, we became so connected worldwide that now we're living in a situation where, yes, in theory, we are more connected than ever, and we can, in theory, understand different people more than ever. But at the same time, we are simply forced to hang out with people that are so different from us in so many senses, especially culturally. And therefore, there is this big amount of hate wave, not heat wave, but hate wave that is created new because of the global dimension of our society nowadays. And this is why I always preach empathy. I always preach trying to understand what the person in front of you is thinking or feeling, not assuming that they have the same opinion or feelings that you have, because they're most likely not. And so I think when you meet someone that you feel is very different from you, you don't understand, it makes you want to get angry or I don't know, is behaving in a way that you think is wrong, I really encourage everyone to stop for a second and try to put yourself in his shoes or her shoes, which means truly try to adopt their perspective and understand, why is this person acting this way? That is so weird for me. Probably because their perspective on the world is different, simply. So I encourage you to consider every encounter with a person that is different than you, that thinks differently, as an opportunity to see the world in a different perspective. It's not gonna be easy, I'm gonna tell you already. It's gonna be extremely hard, and probably many times you're gonna fail, because sometimes it's really hard to put yourself in someone else's shoes. But I guarantee you that it's very important, and it's gonna be worth it, those times that you're gonna be able to truly empathize with the other person. I am walking along Washington Square Park here. This is the heart of the Greenwich village. So many people here too, I don't know if you can tell. Such a chaos. Ambulance arriving. Okay, let's walk this way for a little bit. I see that there are connection problems, so I think this is a problem due to my phone operator, and it's not gonna be solved today. So I'm gonna continue my tour of the Gay Pride as long as I can, and then I'm gonna re-upload the replay, the video, so that you can watch it in replay, the whole thing without breakings, okay? I'm sorry about this. It's always technical problems, what can I do? I'm a one-woman show, so I wish I could have a tech person who would help me with these kind of things, but I don't, and I'm not good at solving technology, like technical problems, so you get whatever you get. Thank you for those who have tipped me for the live stream. As I said, this video is going to be demonetized by YouTube. The profit is all gonna go to the companies that have produced the songs that you hear in the background at the parade. So I truly appreciate you tipping me. Thank you very much. I'm gonna put the PayPal link in the description once I re-upload this video.
Everybody, even if they're in
Yeah, but I'm also going to go see Tom, Dick, and Harry.
right.
Or Tom, Sarah, and Harry. So, take your poison, and you can go and see, or you don't have to be with me, or you can be hauling, or not.
Only $3. $3
I would say the triangle.
$3 for the flag.
Oh, wait.
$3 for the flag.
Huh?
Joe, $3 for the flag.
Yeah, we can head that way.
$3 for the flag.
Okay. I think that's the only way to go through to the other side.
water. Don't get too drunk without your water. Don't get too drunk without your water. Good boys, good boys.
Amazing.
AC on it.
There you go. 6th Avenue, completely closed to traffic. This is a nice scene for me. You can do. To car traffic, I think. Car traffic. Bicycles and pedestrians are still allowed to go through. These are the people working 7 days a week, 365 a year. Delivery guys on bicycles who have to get through all these crowds with all types of weather.
Ice cold frozen drinks, Nemo's. Ice cold frozen.
Thank you for the super chat, Elisa. Thank you very much. Okay, we're getting back.
Can I get a I'm like, hello, they going that way.
All kinds of people today on the streets. Good European music. All ages as well, as you can see. Ciao Antonio da Napoli. You're live from the New York City Gay Pride 2022.
I just got you're such a different guy.
We are getting to the core of this parade, of the whole gay liberation movement, really. It's very crowded here for this reason. A little bit of patience. We're going to get through. That's the Stonewall Inn.
That would be cool.
We are right in front of the historical core of the gay liberation movement here. 53 years since the Stonewall Inn riots. The parade is going through that street, which is Christopher Street. I don't think we're gonna be able to get closer than this. I was hoping to get a little bit closer to Stonewall Inn, but that's the one. Christopher Street.
Oh, you recording my mind?
You look great. There you go. Happy Pride.
Happy Pride!
So this garden that you are seeing, you see that basically there is a triangular garden here where all the little flags are hanging, and you see that there is a monument and there are other statues in there that has been made. Oh my God! That has been made national monument. That's the Stonewall Inn National Monument in memory of the gay liberation movement. Sorry, that didn't come out right. In memory of the Stonewall Inn riots, in honor of the gay liberation movement.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Send out a nutcrackers, all flavor, ice cold. Gotta stay dehydrated.
Okay, while we're going through, I'm gonna talk a little bit more about this. Oh my God, it looks like we're not even going to go through here. I understand if there is a way out. If there is, it's very little. So this parade is not without criticism. This parade started, as I said, the year after the Stonewall riots, so it was 1970, the first gay pride parade was organized here in New York City. It was not called Gay Pride. I think in the 80s they changed the name to Gay Pride, but it was the same concept. And it started being a protest So originally it was a protest in favor of gay rights. There's a kid here whistling with a thing. That's what you're hearing. So, you know, for decades it's been very much of a protest march, and then in the last few years it became more and more commercialized. And nowadays you can see at the parade there are all these trucks that go through, and they are actually sponsors of the event. And don't get me wrong, they are not all for-profit companies. Most of them, I think about 75% of them, are non-profits. Still, there is a lot of criticism in the US about non-profit companies because they are regulated very loosely. So CEOs of non-profit companies, for example, can make even millions of dollars per year as a salary. This looks so nice.
Oh, we have some water. Thank you, though.
I'm super thirsty now. I can't wait to stop and drink some water. But yeah, so you see in the last few years, the parade became more and more commercialized. It still retains its value for sure, but of course there is some criticism. And for example, the march, the drag march, the kickoff of the whole weekend of the celebrations that I was telling you earlier, which is on Friday night. That march, I heard of it from friends, and I went to the website of the event of the Gay Pride, and I wanted to know more about it from the calendar, but it wasn't there. And I was very confused. Why is this not there? It should be such an important event right at the beginning of the weekend on Friday night, and it was not there. And then I discovered why, because that drag march on Friday evening, it still retains that meaning of being a protest. And they don't want to accommodate the requests, the demands of the sponsors of the bigger event, the bigger weekend event, and therefore the Gay Pride organization that organized this parade of Sunday don't accept them in the program anymore. Okay, people are crossing. Oh my God, what's happening? I don't know if the parade has finished, and therefore, I think that's the case. I think the parade has finished, and therefore, oh, I see some policemen. They must have opened this. Okay, I want to go in front of the Stonewall Inn as last thing that I show you.
We're trapped. Hang on, let's try this.
It's not over. It's coming down.
Okay, it's not over.
No, it's right there.
Okay, the parade is coming from there still.
Let's move out of the street.
Okay, but since we're here, okay, we're walking finally on Christopher Street. Christopher Street is such a symbol of the gay liberation movement. They are coming. They're right behind me. I can hear the screams. of this little garden where all the little flags are. That's National Monument. That's the Stonewall National Monument. You can see there are panels also hanging if you want to know more about this topic. And this, ladies and gentlemen, this is the historical place, the Stonewall Inn. I love how such a small, unassuming place from the outside it's really unassuming, truly has such an important meaning for so many people all over the world. And this is something I haven't mentioned yet, but I really care about mentioning. The fact that New York City Gay Pride is so important also because people here are fighting not only for American LGBTQ community, they feel this responsibility to fight for the rights of all LGBTQ people all over the world. We still have way too many countries around the globe where being homosexual or being something different than the traditional meaning of sexuality is still considered illegal, is still a crime. People are persecuted all over the world just for being whoever they feel like being. And that is truly
Your makeup is so pretty.
these are probably all sponsors. That's what I was telling you earlier. Okay, people, I think we've seen enough. I hope you like this. I hope the energy of this event was able to go through the video because it's truly amazing. I think I have to get out of the parade track here. Thank you very much for participating and I'll see you soon. Bye.